Why is King bad? I ain't gonna lie. Do I need to make a video about this? Well, we doing it, right? Content. King is bad because you have to reach a 10 down state in purple of all colors, which means you virtually not using any of your character's abilities. You're not using your certain event abilities. You're not using certain character abilities. In fact, your whole focus should be on ramping only so you can quickly get to 10. And you're probably only going to get to your 10 down state like on your 4th turn. So how impactful is that? I mean, it is when you look at certain decks, I ain't going to lie. But work with me here. We're talking about King specifically. So now in order to even use your purple effects, you're going to need your Onigashima. Hey, when a deck relies on a stage at this point in time, in this current spot in the One Piece TCG, it's not a good deck. You just can't rely on stage cards making your deck viable. Not right now, at least. You have to get to a 10 down state, which means this ability is not accessible. You literally have to grind it out till your 5th turn, and that's if you're going 2nd. Otherwise, if you're going 1st, your 6th turn to be at a 10 down state, unless you ramped. Because if you ramp, then sure, that's different. That changes the numbers around. But how impactful is it to just give the opponent's board negative 1,000? Purple is not red. If this was a red leader, then maybe. Because it's to have that automatic negative 1,000, your combos would be immaculate. You know, your Jet Pistol hitting a 7K character. And then if you have an Otama, Jet Pistol, woo, you just taking things off the board. But the sad part is, this is purple, and they didn't give purple anything to really coincide with negative power. This is one of the early cards, so I understand they're probably looking at it as, oh, you're gonna really be able to attack back and do a lot of harm to the opponent's board. But man, people change their play. They don't just swing without thinking about it like that. Half the times their characters are active, so what are you supposed to do? What purpose is minus 1,000 to an active character? They need to be rested. They need to be rested so you can take this, so you take advantage of your leader ability. He does not even work with his own cards. He has no synergy with Animal Kingdom cards except for Rush Queen. And Rush Queen does negative 1 Don, which means you'll not be at your 10 Don state. Which means you need Onigashima now. So now you need a condition in order to maximize the play. You need to have Onigashima. You need to play your Queen. Queen is a 6-drop for 5K. That's bad stats. But you negative 2,000 to somebody. You Onigashima to get the Don back. That will be negative 3,000 overall. And then you can swing on whatever target you're trying to kill. Maybe back in a slower meta, maybe back when, you know, boards and board removal and board state and all that stuff was less abusive, maybe once upon a time. But now, that is not impactful enough. So for the most part, nothing works with this guy as a purple leader. Nothing works with this guy as a purple leader. So you are a vanilla 5-life leader. Like, Lord have mercy. So it would be interesting to see what in the future they would come out with that actually complements this leader. Because as of right now, he should have been a red leader. Really should have just been a red leader. Then everything will be different. Everything will be different now. One can argue that this ability, if it worked during the opponent's turn, it would also be strong. Yes, it would be a strong defensive ability. The other sad part is the strong defensive events that purple has does negative Don. You know? So it is what it is. It's very, it doesn't make sense why they can't, I ain't gonna lie, it just doesn't make sense why they even printed this. I'm just talking. But hey, at this point, I feel like in the future, when they care about this leader, we're gonna get some interesting stuff. And purple, unlike most colors, has a little bit of everything. It has destructiveness. It technically has negative power. It has that one bottom deck card that I saw. It has ramp. It has some draw. It has some hand discard. It kind of does what everybody's doing. You could find a card that just rest as well. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say, "Hey, wait a minute, we got to come back and start, giving purple a purpose to have negative power and coincide with that." So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we get something that starts working with King. But as of right now, there's no honest to God point in playing him. It just doesn't make any sense. It's nowhere. It's not impactful whatsoever at all. And you can only use it if you're at and maintain a 10 Don state, which goes against all the purple cards. Well, the majority of them, I should say. They did print some purple cards that want you to remain at 8/10 Don. So if you find synergy with that, then that's probably that's the direction you probably need to look at. But as of right now, don't waste your time.